Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Marvel Monday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Marvel Legends series Ch'od Build-A-Figure Waves Monet St. Croix. Let's get into it! Let's start our Generation X adventure. And I mean the team, not the actual generation. With a look at the packaging, my friends. Here we have Marvel Legends series X-Men. Build-A-Figure Ch'od assortment number 4 and up. On the front, Monet St. Croix. And I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that right. I may not be. And in the foreground, we have a nice digital render of the figure and some artwork in the background. X-Men. Warning! Don't stick things in your pie hole if they don't belong there. Hasbro print. Plastic free packaging. Except tape and glue. Then on the bottom, we have includes figure and 3 accessories. So they're counting the Build-A-Figure piece as an accessory now, I suppose. Seems to be. Also, plastic-free packaging, just in case you forgot. Except tape and glue. And another symbol I'm not going to learn. On this side, Build-A-Figure Ch'od, and there's the completed Build-A-Figure with numbers corresponding to numbers down here, denoting which figure comes with which part. And we have Emma Frost, Fang, this figure, Monet St. Croix, Corsair, Kid Omega, and Chamber. Each sold separately, subject to availability. On this side, and we have some nice artwork of Monet, Marvel Legends series. On the back, Marvel Legends series, Monet St. Croix. She comes with a leg of Ch'od and 2 extra hands. Nice digital render of the figure here and comic panel artwork in the background. So that's pretty cool. Even on the bottom. It's hard to see it here on the bottom, but it's there as well. Now, whether that's supposed to be a reflection of this or its own thing, I'm not sure. Warning, attention, Octoon! Don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Recycled print. Attention! Especially don't stick it in your French pie hole. Marvel print. Small fine legalese print. Made in China print. The GameStop sticker, and there's another barcode under here. Symbols I'm not going to learn, and Hasbro print. That, my friends, does it for a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and her accessories. And we'll start things off with the Build-A-Figure piece. It's one of Ch'od's legs. Of course, when you get put in, he gets 360 degrees at the upper thigh. Single hinged pinned knee, gives you that much bend. And at the ankle, down that far, up that far, and forward facing pin. For rocker. And next up is she has an extra set of hands. Like the reach out and grab your hand. Nice molded detail. In and out hinge. Molded in color. And all of that holds true for the opposite extra hand as well. Well, let's take a look at the figure herself. And I will say, to me, the figure looks a little bit stylized from the rest of the comic book Marvel Legends, and maybe skews a little bit toward that Generation X comic artwork, and it's okay. It's not so far off that it doesn't fit in at all. It just has a little bit more of a cartoony look than the rest of the line, or the rest of the wave at least. But that could just be me. I always love the art in those first few story arcs of Generation X. Not that I remember a whole lot about them these days. It's been quite a while since I've read it. But overall, I will have to say, I do think this is a nice looking figure. Lots of nice molded detail in the hair. And there is no wash. So a little bit of a wash, I think, would help make it stand out. But there's enough detail in there that it doesn't suffer from not having it. As far as the face goes, again, it looks a little on the cartoony side to me, but it doesn't skew far. And it does have nice paint apps. The eyebrows, the eyes, the lips, all part of that printing technology, face printing technology that Hasbro is using now. Well, let's talk about, well, we got to talk about the rest of the figure first, don't we? Nice paint app here for the uniform zipper with the nice gold X on it, and then the belt here is a separate piece, and it's got these nice gold, well, I take it back, I think it's molded in gold, and then it has the red, blue, and black paint apps on it. This is molded in gold, and it has either paint or a tampo here, and I can't tell which, and same on the other side here as well. And then everything else seems to be molded in color. So now we can talk about her articulation. She doesn't really look up much because of the hair. She can look down that far, and she does have that classic Hasbro Marvel Legends hinge and ball in the neck. Let's see, she's got some chicken neck going on. She's got some waggle. With some difficulty, she can do the full exorcist till her head pops off, so not quite. The hair gets in the way, and you don't quite get the full exorcist. You get like 90% exorcist at the neck here. At the shoulder, 360-degree rotation, and this armor piece is like the newer Stormtrooper and Clone Troopers, where it has a little flap on the inside and the arm pin sticks through it so that it moves with the arm rather than getting bent and in the way. Although it doesn't really hinder anything here, but too much of this and this piece will probably break off. So, but she can raise her arm up that high, which is, we'll call it 90. Cut at the upper bicep for another 360-degree rotation. Double hinged pinless elbow, and it gives you that much bend. Now this piece looks like it's just an overlay, and I was going to say it was glued in place, but it's not. It does rotate some. And then at the wrist, 360-degree rotation on an in and out hinge. And that piece backs up against to the back of her hand. So if you do end up twisting it, you know where to put it back to. In and out hinge on this hand as well. Where the chest and abdomen meet, there is a cut, allows her all kinds of hula, lets her bend back that far, forward that far, and then she can tilt left and right a pretty good way. So that's pretty cool. Also, there's no cut at the waist, so the 360-degree rotation is at this chest abdomen cut. At the hips, she can give you that much of the splits. She can kick forward that far. Back that far, maybe about 2 steps. Cut at the upper thigh for 360-degree rotation. Double hinged, and as far as I can tell, yeah, it's pinless. So double hinged, pinless knee, unless you get that much bend out of it. And then no boot cut at the shin under there. So at the ankles, down that far, up that far, and she does have forward facing pin, full rocker. So I have to say, not too bad. There you go, my friends. A look at the figure and her accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the Cha'ad Build-A-Figure Waves, Monet St. Croix from Generation X, the Cha'ad Build-A-Figure Wave, Emma Frost from the Astonishing X-Men, and from I don't remember which Build-A-Figure Wave, Boom Boom from X-Force. Let's see how the figure compares up with other lines, and here we have the Marvel Legends series Cha'ad Build-A-Figure Waves Monet St. Croix with our final Marvel Legends comparison, making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From the G.I. Joe Classified series, we have the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black series, we have the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch comparison, we have the Masters of the Universe Masterverse 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Marvel Legends series Cha'ad Build-A-Figure Wave Monet St. Croix from Generation X, I have to say, even though this figure kind of looks to me like a slightly cartoony look to it, or like it was more slightly based more off the artwork than the rest of the line might be, but to me it stands out a little bit, but not so much that it won't fit in with the rest of the line. I do have fond memories of that artwork from the first few story arcs from Generation X that I remember. The covers were really, really eye-catching. And, you know, it's not a whole lot of new pieces here, but there's enough new pieces. It's mostly new. And she does have the double-hinged elbows that are pinless, along with pinless knees. So that's a plus. And I still got to get my hands on Chamber. And then hopefully they'll make some of the rest of the Generation X. There's some that I think will be hard to do, like Husk and Skin. I think they're going to be kind of hard to represent properly without making them look funky. But that's just my opinion. Your mileage, of course, may vary. Let me know what you think in the comments about this figure, because that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.